At Amazing Brains, we do our best to help you feel your best and perform your best. And that's a really broad statement. To me, it's the definition of flow. And if you're not clear on what that means, it's these moments in life where it feels effortless, selfless, and timeless. So if you can think about maybe it's sports or work or connecting with another person where you lose track of time, you lose track of the sense of self, effort. Maybe it's something as simple as running when, all of a sudden you get into that flow state or the exercise induced kind of runner's high, if you will. I think hopefully most of you have experienced some version of that. And one of the things that I've really loved about working with Amazing Brains and guiding this process is starting to see that a lot of people have specific blocks to get into that state. So the most common one is distraction. People get pulled away by their phone, by their family, by different work pieces, and we don't stay focused on a singular goal long enough to be able to get into those flow states. On the other side of that, we have people that push too hard and stay hyper-focused. They keep hammering and struggling into the same thing, and they actually never step back into that 40,000 foot view and are able to release their struggle and get into the flow. So you can see there's some nuances here, and that most of us actually fall into both of those categories, and that's why we like to teach something called the flow cycle. The way we like to talk about that is it starts with recovery, and then we move into friction or challenge or struggle, as it's traditionally called. Then we move into release, and then over to flow, and then back into recovery. I like to start with recovery because all of us have been living a life. We've had rough nights. We've missed nutrition. We've had social challenge, emotional challenge, etc. And if we're not coming into the game or into the challenge recovered, fueled, and ready for it, it's unlikely that we're going to be able to consistently and repeatedly meet that challenge. So what we'll go over today is a little bit of that cycle. I want to highlight one of my favorite challenge skills ratio. And then I want to go over these 3 areas that we focus on in Amazing Brains that really help people get past their challenges in life and get into what they're wanting. And think about this for yourself. You're probably wanting, and I know for myself, I'm wanting more time with friends, more play, more productivity, more clarity on what I'm meant to be doing, especially as an entrepreneur in a very dynamic and changing economy. It's constantly trying to plan and prep and foresee the future, and that's something that's not necessarily possible to do. So we want to maintain adaptability, but also have certainty in our decisions and our processes. So I just overlaid the flow cycle, going from recovery to challenge to release to flow. And each one of those pieces has just so much depth that we can go into as you watch this channel. I'm hopeful that you can see that, hey, there's all sorts of amazing, cool hacks and ideas and perspectives on this. And I want you to have the empowerment and ability to guide this process for yourself.